All right, so I got my package. Thank you, Jody. Shells, you got your package?
Yes, sir.
Oddly, how much?
My package up forward.
Jody, what do we give you in return?
Nothing, right?
We have to find our package.
Give me, please.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. My name is Richie B.
Blessings, Bridge Nation. You know this is your boy Shells.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. It's the girl, Queen Jojo.
Yes, Bridge Nation. DJ Audley's here. Yeah, man. In the house.
In the house. Yeah, what day is it?
It's Friday!
Everybody sounds like they're ready to go get up and go.
Yes, right.
That's right.
I tell you. Jody, you look like yeah, think about it.
You know, one false start, you know?
No, on a Friday morning, we should leave all of that to Shells.
Yeah.
Shells was busy talking about Mama's boy stuff last night. Sounds like I saw a little clip of your post. It looks like an interesting discussion.
Hey, what I really loved is that we took the Mother's Day conversation somewhere. We just took it left.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it, so it was a good vibe.
Yeah, man. Big up. You got off what, 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
And here he is at 6 o'clock, sounding bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
We tried.
All right, so until 10 o'clock we go, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we've got an interesting program lined up for you. And I mean that.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jody, for putting all the work in. Now it's our time now to execute.
That's right.
And we'll do the best that we possibly can. Bridge Nation here in Jamaica, Bridge Nation in the US of A, Bridge Nation in Canada.
That's right. UK.
Yeah.
The tri-state.
Wherever you are.
Yeah, you know.
I just want to say welcome. Thank you for joining us. And it's now time for... Shells, you want to take it?
No problem. It's time for WTF, and that's what? The fact. Yes, as I said earlier, speed dating. As I said, Jojo no one gone with speed dating. It was invented by a rabbi. Yeah, that's right, Bridge Nation. Speed dating was invented by a rabbi. So Rabbi Yaakov Deo, who's based in Beverly Hills, California, created the concept of speed dating in 1998, and this is according to the New York Times. What he did is that he brought together a handful of single men and women for some matchmaking at a Pete's Coffee, and romance and efficiency proved to be a perfect match. So yeah, well, what make him? What you know? What go on him? See, do they call it congregation in that religion? I don't know, but I don't know. I feel like him say him members them. Him want too much single men and women in a congregation, and the man say,
This need to change.
Not in my place, you know. And he carry them out for coffee.
And the rest is history.
Big up yourself, Yakov. I saw what you did there.
Yeah, to be brutally honest, Jody does not seem to be in agreement with what you've been saying about.
Jojo don't know about speed dating.
She
know about regular speed dating.
Her reaction would give the impression that she doesn't even know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
And we're going, yeah, right.
Yeah, sure. Maybe at a different pace, right, Jojo?
All right, that was...
What? The fact.
WTF. Join us again next Monday morning. God willing, we'll have another interesting fact for you right here on Up and Go on the Bridge 99 FM. Time now for Update. First one for the morning, and this is where we give you the very latest that we have on some stories that are out there in the space. And we have a few stories, interesting ones to share with you this morning.
That's right. Good morning, Bridge Nation. Your girl, Queen Jojo, back here. Hot Chocolate's Reggae Classic, You Sexy Thing, goes platinum in the UK.
Wicked. You sexy thing.
You sexy thing. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
You Sexy Thing has been certified platinum by the BPI, one of the most recognizable reggae songs in the 70s and 80s. You Sexy Thing. Now, I was schooled this morning when reading this because I did not know that it was a reggae song. I was like, what? I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. You see, look at that. Question there, you know, but that's so. Has received platinum certification for sales and streaming of more than 600,000 units. The official certification was issued by the British phonographic industry in April. And the track was made by the British group Hot Chocolate. I genuinely didn't know that there was an actual group name, so too, and has grown into popularity since the release in 1975. So they're still enjoying the success. That's you watch the Eddie Murphy show. What's it like? Coming to America. And you had but I didn't know that there was an actual group named Hot Chocolate.
No worries.
I knew the song, and I didn't know that the song was reggae. So you see, it's always good to read and learn. It's always time.
It's a daily process, man. And
That's right.
it's a big song. You're playing out. Audley knows that. You're playing out at a party and you want to bring everybody out.
It's like a no-brainer.
Just serve some hot chocolate, right, bro?
Listen to me. You draw the song, their problem.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. I remember that in the UK, 600,000 is platinum. In the US, though, 1 million is actually platinum.
Oh, wow.
So that's how it is.
Yeah, them always.
So
just
600,000 in the
anyway,
UK.
okay.
Yeah. That's what's up.
All right. So I don't know if you guys heard this one. So a family friend of mine was recently inducted in the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm talking none other than Eminem. You see me? Yes, all right, let me tell you what happened. So I went to private school with his daughter. It's a long story. We'll talk about it off here. However, TV personality and rapper, his name is Benzino. He has an issue with Eminem being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And let me tell you what's happening. So he feels, that's Benzino, he feels that there are hundreds of black rappers who deserve the recognition before Eminem. He mentioned persons like Nas, Outkast, and Lauryn Hill. Benzino has been trying to... this is cold. Benzino has been trying to start his rap career. And he has been in the spotlight trying to get attention to himself. And it seems that with this whole issue, this one-sided beef apparently with Eminem was the perfect opportunity to get the attention. And also to take a dig at Mr. Marshall Mathers, right? So what happened is that he went on to say, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is just like the Grammys. They have no respect for our culture, black or hip-hop. And if you don't agree, wow, you're racist. Point blank. He said this in a tweet. He further went on in a little bit of a series of tweets, but he deleted them. He went on to say, Eminem has now been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before countless black hip-hop pioneers who have paved the way for his success. What message does that send? He added another tweet by saying, where's Nas, Eric B, Rakim, Cool Mo D, EM, he named a whole bunch of people I don't even know. I know Fat Boys, Lauryn Hill, Lil Kim. He went on and on and on. But to be just a little fact here, several hip-hop acts have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 were the first to make history, in being the first group to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2007. Yep. So, I don't know if this is I see Jojo nodding and agreeing to some extent, but I don't know.
I think...
I mean, the persons he listed is, so when I'm seeing bring up Nas, Outkast, Lauryn Hill.
But Benzino just try staying at the limelight. But yeah. I believe that
attention
Nas,
grabbing.
Yeah.
But I don't know about the racists. Like you must say,
that's
no.
Because everybody know Eminem. Eminem can go to barbecue. Nobody has a problem with Eminem. He's invited to the barbecue.
Technically, Eminem is black.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Technically,
sounds like you'd say the same thing about Michael Bolton.
Oh, hey,
there, yeah.
See that? But congrats to Eminem, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
We're not fighting
Let's take the race issue out of it, man.
Yeah, for real.
All right. We've been talking a lot and speculating as to what will happen for Boombox Friday, an event that I've never attended.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been watching a lot of the footage that has been put out there on social media, and
Right.
I'm very impressed with what the organizers have been doing, exposing new talent and getting even veterans to go in and entertain and show how it's done. And it has really built up quite a following. And we saw where Harry Toddler had put out a post recently saying that it is the end of it pretty much because, he was having disagreements with General B, another artist who was also apparently one of the founders of it. And we were speculating and hoping that something would be done for the brothers to come together and try to continue with this event. Well, as it is, General B has pretty much put out a statement. I just got it, so I didn't get a chance to send it over to Richie. And I'm going to actually allow the listeners to hear a little piece of what General B had to say.
I will say, video the boom, video the box. Tomorrow, say a boom box. People, I mean, Mr. Fix It. You know what I'm saying? And, we have to fix the situation. You get me, say, not only for General B and Harry Toddler, but in the man say, feels like for the world. Because I'm telling you, boom box You know what I say? Of a now, then, and the future. You know what I'm saying? If you are the inner city with the talent, you know what I say? And that's what I'm saying. Educate, it elevate, it motivate, it inspire. And anything where you don't understand, you ask me, I'm a translate. Yeah. What me I say right about now. But I just want to apologize to the fans them on the behalf of Harry Toddler to express emotion with such aggression. You know what I'm saying? I mean say certain things just don't fit for airplay. Yeah, man, my people.
All right, so there you have it. That is what he put out, and it seems to me then that they had a conversation.
His response. I love his
yeah.
response to everything, you know.
Yeah.
Playful, but apologizing and saying, you know, they're gonna do better and they want to continue doing this.
Yeah. No, but from him go inspired still.
You know,
you have to give him respect. You have to give him props.
Right, that's so. Inspiration.
No, seriously. At the general, that, you know.
That's right.
We still have one problem though, General B. The first anniversary, see up on the stage, I do your thing. But that long pants will look so short, brother. I don't know.
Yo,
Swag.
Still a wonder.
Swag.
That's
swag.
Hey,
General, you were supposed to be on the program the other day, but I think you were working through these issues and didn't make it. But we have to ask about that three-quarter drip.
Yep.
a general pants that.
As a general?
Yeah, a theme thing.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Long time.
All right, so that is an official statement that came out of General B, and it seems therefore that all Boombox Friday fans can go and enjoy themselves tonight.
Nice.
All right, that's the update feature. It's 22 now before the hour of 7 o'clock. It's on now to the proverb of the day.
Good morning. So the proverb of the day: every rope got excuse me. Every rope got two ends. Every rope got two ends.
God spelled G-A-T. That means it's not a Jamaican one. This.
No.
Feel like this have
Guyana.
this has something to do with perspective. I don't look on the paper yet, but they're like something you can have one end of the rope, but something cannot go on the next end. That's what I don't know about that, Jojo. But when I look on the paper, I feel like that's something to do with perspective.
Hey, you and the people that were calling for
Secret Sound
game. I always overthink the situation.
No, I won't mean that.
It's really simple. It's perspective, but it's simple. Every story has two sides.
Every rope got two ends.
Yeah.
Every story has two sides.
A tree, really? No. If you think about it, three sides to a story.
Yeah, man.
Your side, my side,
And
and
side chick side.
truth.
I mean,
hey, boy, come on, other people in the studio.
All right.
You know what?
You just have the fighting moment that you look forward to in the mornings between Jody and Charles. And that was Proverb of the Day.
That's
We now
right.
move on to the pet peeves.
That's right.
What are pet peeves?
So, pet peeves are things that others do that you might find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. Our pet peeve come from one of our How the Road Stay family.
right.
So here we go.
This is where, I'm a taxi driver. The thing that's annoying me most is you have some passenger that wait until you reach at their destination, then they will take out a $5,000 bill, or even if they have the change, they search in every pocket, every wallet, every corner of them wallet to find the fare. And you travel more than half an hour in the car. You can't take out the fare.
yeah.
I mean, I know, but I feel that somebody did this to Ray this morning.
Yeah.
Thank
But like
you
that
so
one
much,
there.
Ray.
What I like about this, we have people sending pet peeves based on taximen. It's
Yeah.
nice to say a taximan and send a pet peeve out in passenger.
I'm actually glad for you.
Yeah.
Found something this morning. And it's a genuine
No, it's a serious
problem.
thing.
Yeah,
man.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
I've learned my lesson.
What me used to do.
You know what's supposed to be wicked too?
Yeah.
If it's all the first trip in the morning.
Jeez. Hey.
Like, ma'am, sir, didn't you know you had that note? Sure.
Hey.
No,
I think I'm gonna try to get a free ride, Ray. Trust me.
Clearly.
my feel set up.
Wow. January. Man, so them wait till them reach.
Yeah, man.
Come and take out
You have an extension to the pet peeve there, Some people have all a tear up note and decides, yeah, your business place. I don't get it.
Yeah, true.
Quick, I'm gonna go this better,
Like, if my money tear, it forced me up.
It's in a circulation for a reason.
Yo, I'm gonna bank them now, take this, Let me buy a buckle of something. That's something there.
Your problem now.
Your problem here. I'm full it. Nice to not try.
Oh, wow, beer them style let me have, man.
And then as a businessman, more time and all, quiet there, when things really quiet. You're forced no to say, well, should I take it out?
No. I'm going to steal it and see if we can tape
Turn
it
to the
up.
staff and say, yo, we have any tape. Run a piece of tape on this and call it a day.
That's right.
So true.
Oh my goodness.
Sherry.
Those are pet peeves, ladies and gentlemen, and they are things that you find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. And you can let us know how you feel about Ray's pet peeve, and you can also send us your own pet peeve, that is, to telephone number or WhatsApp number 876-551-5782. All right? Now, Think Mental Health Jamaica is a non-profit organization providing mental health education, support, and advocacy. What started as a passion project without a name in 2015 has since evolved into one of Jamaica's most notable mental health non-profit organizations, supported by committed volunteers and mental health professionals. Think Mental Health Jamaica mission is to be a reliable provider of mental health support, a credible source for education on mental health, and a champion for the needs of individuals and groups within their community. This morning we're joined by Kim Rose. She's the founder and executive director, and we're also joined by Nerona Smith, who is co-lead for community engagement at Think Mental Health Jamaica. They're going to be talking to us about Mental Health Awareness Month, which is this month, and their fight to end the stigma towards mental illness.
That's right.
Sounds like it's going to be a very interesting and informative discussion.
Yeah.
We'd like to say good morning to our guests, Nerona and Kim. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, guys.
Finally Friday.
Friday.
Friday, some would say. Now, let me start with you, Kim. Tell us, first of all, what inspired you to start your non-profit organization, Think Mental Health Jamaica?
Okay, so my inspiration really came from my personal experience. I am not shy about sharing that I was diagnosed with an anxiety disorder in 2015 in my second year of university, and I also had an existential crisis. In addition to my personal experience, I also observed how mental health and mental illnesses are treated, not just in Jamaica, but globally, the stigmas and just the misunderstanding. And I wanted to raise awareness for that. So I've been passionate about raising awareness and creating change even before 2015, but I think my personal experience really pushed that forward.
How would you describe mental health awareness? What is it?
Okay, so mental health is really about our social, psychological, and emotional well-being, right? So raising awareness around mental health will look like educating persons around the fact that mental health is really everybody's business. Just as everyone has physical health, we all have mental health. And while some of us may never have a mental illness, we are all susceptible to experiencing life situations that affect our mental well-being. So mental health awareness is really focusing on educating, providing support, as is one of our mandates here at Think Mental Health JA, and doing advocacy work as well.
Okay. I know Shells will ask Nerona a question momentarily, but still with you, Kim. Let me ask you, why should it be everyone's business, this whole matter of mental health?
Right. I think it's quite simple. Again, mental health is something everyone has. Health, it's the well-being aspect of our mental being. And so the fact that everyone has mental health, even though we don't all have a mental illness,
Yes.
it means it's everyone's business. And we've all, well, I wouldn't say we've all, but it's a stretch, but many of us subscribe to some of the stigmas which exist. And no matter how smart we are, some of us do still subscribe to them. And so it's our responsibility to really understand what mental health is about and work together towards breaking down these stigmas, educating persons, and also providing support.
Loving that. Loving the energies of the positive vibration. Now, Nerona, I'm sure that Think Mental Health JA. I'm sure you guys have some programs or initiatives that we the public need to know about. What are they?
Okay, so for example, at the moment we are preparing each group, especially with the community engagement, which I'm a part of. We are ensuring that we're putting ideas together. For example, going out, recruiting persons that do find that they do need these helping hands in order to get themselves to where they want to be best. We also have our weekly check-ins that we do. So we have where we post, if you guys check out our Instagram page, you will see where we post, or we have programs where persons can tune in to be more so advised how to better themselves. So we do have programs for persons where they can learn how best they can encourage like their mindsets, how to do better self-care, for example.
Okay, enough respect there. Kim, I just wanted to mention, just big up yourself for, highlighting and, taking the time out to make, your conquering of your situation. I really give thanks for that, because I know a lot of persons are afraid to speak about, mental health issues. So the mere fact that you are able to do that is truly inspiring. And, my question for you is, have you found that there's less stigma, pointed towards persons who speak about their mental illness? What do you have to say about persons who, still kind of shying away from this whole thing?
All right. So what I'd say about sharing our experiences, do it when you're ready. For me, I found when I was diagnosed, and even before, just speaking about my emotions, what I'm experiencing, even the traumas I've experienced, speaking made a big difference. And so I've always tried to speak up, even when there's some fear of how I'd be judged. Less so now, but I speak up. So I encourage anyone who feels inspired to speak about their personal experiences, do so, because in sharing our stories, we are allowing persons to realize that you are not alone. And, there's power in sharing our stories. There's power in being vulnerable. In terms of if I've observed less stigma, well, over the years, I can say that there are more persons speaking up, and I can appreciate that. And I think the pandemic did something as well, where more persons are realizing the real impact of, mental health issues, especially when it comes to being isolated. So more persons are being open about sharing their experiences and really taking care of their mental health.
Mm-hmm. Is it often a case where persons who have these issues can actually figure out, or do they need professional help to figure out what triggered the situation, their experience?
All right. I do think that sometimes we know when something different is happening to us. Sometimes we can tell. Sometimes our family members can tell the people around us who know us. Sometimes it's not so easy. And so that's why one of the major tips I always give is to seek professional help. Yeah. Professionals have been trained to assess, to diagnose, and to treat any health issues, conditions. And so seeking professional help gives us the leverage we need to really be our best selves. Mm-hmm. And something I want to mention is, though our organization focuses on mental health, we take a holistic approach to look at the entire person, because we know things like finances affect your mental health. It affects your health, whether lack of it or not managing it well. We know things like environmental factors affect. So it's a holistic look at how life really affects us and how we can heal different areas of our lives to be our best selves.
Nerona, you made a reference to the IG page earlier. We'd like for you to give that to the public, and we also would like to ask you, by extension, many persons listening to us right now might have had so far a very stressful week. They're heading into the weekend. Leave us with some sort of self-care tips going into the weekend. Yes, go ahead.
Absolutely. So first, let me plug the Instagram. So you guys can check us out at Think Mental Health JA. So you'll see us there on Instagram. You can follow us. As I say, we are very much active there. So any updates as to when we're having programs going on, you can definitely see the updates there. As for self-care tips, this is very important because I feel like a lot of times, because we're so stressed, we don't really take the time to ponder and think, how can I reactivate myself, I would say? How can I recuperate from a hard week? So I'd say practice relaxation. Let that be the first thing. Even if you're at the office and you've just had an entire day of stress and whatsoever, sit, take some deep breaths. You know, it might sound so small, but just doing those little momentarily things, they really do have great impacts on just your awareness. It brings you right back to reality. Next, I would say practicing stuff as exercising. Exercising is very important. It also builds your confidence. So if you're someone that struggles with confidence, as I said, then it definitely boosts you up. You know, it makes you feel more like up and ready to go for your day. Another thing is just limiting. I know, guys, I know this is probably not something that everybody want to hear because you probably already grabbed your morning coffee, but limiting caffeine. Surprisingly, yes, caffeine does have a great impact on our mental awareness. So probably trying to limit a caffeine, probably say once a week or, you know, two times a week. Try not to make it a daily thing, as well as alcohol. Yes, guys, alcohol definitely does have an impact as well. And lastly, like you were asking Kim, I would also suggest counseling. As small as everything seems, it all has a great impact. And especially when you're consistent about it, it gives you great results. So those are the tips that I have to leave with you guys for today.
Thank
Nice.
you.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, Kim, any other activities or any activities that you'd like to highlight as the month goes along that the public maybe should know about?
Right. So every month we have our support group, and that's every second and fourth Saturday at 7 p.m. If you follow our social media page, you will know when registration opens. So again, follow us on social media, Think Mental Health JA. But that's one of the key activities which we ensure it's consistent because we know that having that social support does help.
All right. Great talking with you both.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much for the work that you're doing, and best wishes going forward. Have a great weekend and take care.
Blessings.
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Nerona, and all the best to both of you. Right now, it's time to get to the telephone lines because it's time for...
The secret sound game.
First of all, we play the sound, and you must identify it in order to win our gift. It's a huge gift. Check this out. That is the sound that you must identify when you call us this morning for the secret sound game. There are 3 clues that we have given so far.
That's right. So it has something to do with the moon, the stars, and the sound.
Alrighty then. Let's get our first caller up in here. Good morning. You're on the air. Welcome to the secret sound game.
Blessings.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Richie B.
Thank you. Who's calling?
Joseph.
All right, Joseph.
on,
Welcome
Joseph.
once again, Joe.
Yes, you need to check on clueness because that trust me mash up something when you give that third clue. The phone or the radio.
We spoke about it off here a moment or two ago, Joe.
So
But-
Richie B, you know that a satellite looks like a star from Earth, right?
All right.
So I'm thinking it's a satellite that has recorded the sound of the moon.
Oh, yeah? Oh, Lord. I see her head went backwards. And then it looks like a sigh. But if you got a sigh from the producer, here's what you're getting from Shells.
Quack, quack, quack.
Sorry, Joe. Thanks for trying, man.
Big
Have a
up,
good
Joseph.
weekend. Lord have mercy. Been this is closing out, what, 3 weeks now?
Telling you now.
With this particular sound? I didn't think it would have gone this far.
On this.
What a sound. It's baffling a lot of people. The sound that you must identify, ladies and gentlemen. We have callers, and we'll take them, but listen to the sound again. Sound, moon, stars. What sound is that? Good morning, you're on the air. Welcome to Bridge 99 FM. Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Alvin?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome, Alvin.
Yes.
So what you have for us, Alvin? What the answer?
Well, so long as it didn't up at the sky, there's supposed to be a UFO. And unidentified flying object.
That's right.
You think it's a UFO?
Yes.
You know something? I agree with Alvin.
Alvin.
Me agree with
Yes.
him.
You said a UFO?
Has to be a UFO.
Have to be.
Clearly.
I've never heard him sound this confident. He says, it's got to be a UFO. What
Unidentified
flying object. But
Yes.
you know what we know? That's what we give for an answer like that, Alvin. Me know that. Have a good weekend, Alvin.
Yourself, Alvin.
Let's take another call. It's baffling the entire nation. Bridge
yeah.
Nation, come on. I was expecting a little bit better performance from all of you, to be honest with you. Can't believe that Sony are giving us such a big problem. No, sir. A tree clone gone, you know. Whether or not you want to take that last one, which is sound, I'd suggest you do because it matters. All right? Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Hi, beautiful lady. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, you sound that way. Who's calling?
Goya.
Hey, Goya.
Oh, yeah, man. Regular contestant.
Yeah. All right, what you got for us, Goya?
Will she rise to the occasion this morning? Goya, I hand it over to you. Take it away.
Okay, I'm saying the sound of the moons orbiting Saturn.
The moon orbiting Saturn. She has changed her answer. She sounds very well calculated. She seems to have done some research. It's a Friday morning, 3 weeks running, no winner, and now this.
Quack, quack, quack.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's somebody in the background. Say, what you answer? I don't wear 7G. Oh, we moon reach a Saturn.
It sounds like, God, you get a whole heap of help.
Yeah.
So that quack, quack, quack was
It's
not for
done.
one person.
Yeah, it's done.
It's
done.
for an entire army that came together. That is all the time we have in terms of our Secret Sound game. I can't believe we're taking it into next week. Try again Monday at 7:30. It's that time of the morning when we head over to Toronto, Canada, and say good morning to our friends at Flow 98.7. What's up, Red? What's up, Jay? What's up, Ritz? Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
He has returned.
I have returned.
I didn't hear you say. I didn't hear you say when you were going off. I didn't hear you say like our former Prime Minister. I shall return.
Is that what he said?
That's what former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson said when he had to exit the cabinet some years ago based on some matters that had developed. But
yes.
You didn't use the same language at all?
No, I didn't.
Richie's all in your business.
I was all entrapped and I had to get gout.
Oh, did you say gout or out?
I used it in the metaphor because I had it. I went to Jamaica for a family vacation and I overindulged without my medication. So all of a sudden, yes, it feels like one horrible case of thinking tour.
Oh, gosh.
I shouldn't even laugh. Greg,
It was really
perfect.
painful. Yeah, but we're back, and I'm happy to be back. And Red held it down, and Ritz held it down. So we're back in the building. How are you guys doing?
We're there, man. We're good, man. We're good.
Red would have told you that we were wondering whether or not you were just out and about, and whether or not you might even have made a trek to Ukraine.
Yeah, they were making jokes on
They
you
had
all
jokes,
day.
eh? That's good. That's good.
But I
like
couldn't
that.
give you a secret.
No.
Yeah. Richie, you're bad for that.
Yeah.
All in good fun. We missed you, but today we're all together. All six of us. Look at that.
Yep.
That's right.
Is it 6? Yeah.
Well, you can't
6 a
forget
week.
mans like Audley and Ritz.
Yeah, them there on.
Yeah.
Well, you can hear them.
Yeah, we can hear them. Big up, Jay, you're back. Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Yes, that's my
Welcome back.
guy. That's my guy.
man.
All right. So tell us what's happening in Jamaica, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Ah, boy, we just finished speaking about a little incident. Jay, you know the thing goes. Sadly, some soldiers, I guess you can say, use excessive force in downtown Kingston area, and some residents we saw where people get gun butt, women getting kicked in the midsection. I'm hearing that the woman was probably pregnant.
Wow.
It's a whole lot of mess. So we're just trying to dissect the issue of how much power soldiers really have. Because we understand, of course you have to execute the mission, but I mean, you're dealing with women and children and people.
Yeah.
And there are different ways to de-escalate situations. But yeah, that's the reason. That's one of the biggest talking points right now in the streets. How the soldiers are, going about maintaining or conducting their operations in inner city communities.
So some people are obviously saying that residents need to behave better and not bring on that kind of situation where excessive force has to be used. And then it also brings into question the training that soldiers go through vis-a-vis police officers. And because soldiers are trained differently.
Oh, yes.
And
most definitely.
And will execute their duties differently. No pun intended.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a topical issue here in Jamaica at this time.
Wow.
What's happening on your end?
Not that. 10 degrees in the city, but cool. And what's happening on our end? I think everyone's just waiting for summer.
Yes, we're all waiting for summer. A lot of concerts keep coming through. We've been giving away a lot of tickets here at Flow 987, and people have been lucky winners, so they're very excited about that. A lot of your people have been coming in and touching our city from time to time. One of your kings of comedy, of course, not one of the king of comedy is in town. I'm mistaken that. I call him my dad. Mr. Oliver Samuel's in for his annual Mother's Day weekend and the shows. I'm going tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing him because he's the reason why I'm even doing this.
Beautiful.
Wow.
He was he was a lot of fun. And then I asked him yesterday, how do you feel about what happened, the whole Chris Rock, Will Smith? And I said, Jay Martin said West Indians, they wouldn't try that. And who told me to ask that? We should have had the clip for you. We're going to play the clip another day. But, Oliver was saying that with Caribbean people, they wouldn't try that. And then he went into, except for the Barbadians.
That's what he called them.
It's like, they had to step up. He's like, Jamaicans had to make
Tell
them.
Yeah,
Don't
step
make
up. Them box you, box them back. It was so funny.
They're telling us to go to music, but I have to ask one quick question of Jay. Dave Chappelle was also attacked.
Yes.
Do you think he was the one that broke the man's arm?
No, but
You
it
don't
was a
think so?
security that had him twist around. And I put a joke on Instagram real quickly. I said the way how his arm twists, he must have felt that it was arms out.
Hey, let me ask you something, Red.
What's that?
When a lady cries, like really, really cry, does she have to produce tears? Amber is testifying.
Oh, no, the
And-
Johnny Depp case.
And she cried and cried and cried, but we saw no tears. So I'm kind of wondering.
Those are what they call crocodile tears.
I don't know. You guys should tell me because I'm sure the three of you guys or five of you guys have made ladies cry.
I get a little suspicious when ladies are supposed to be crying, and I'm not seeing no tears. What if that? Dry up.
They need the crocodile tears. If you're not crocodile in a reel.
I don't know. These
maybe
tears are all dried up. You're asking the wrong woman.
Maybe she cried too much and her tear ducts are broken.
But in all seriousness, both of them are both of them are professional actors. That ought not to escape our notice.
No, yes, and that's the court case. And once you say, hear ye, that's like action coming to the stage.
And you know what you really want to say. Go on, Jay. Jay's like, go on, say it. Talk about it.
I'm not going to say it.
There's like an elephant in the room or the bed, and you're not talking about it.
Well, yes.
Go on.
Yes.
What does she do, Jay?
She pooed in his bed.
Yes,
So
sir.
when a woman poos in the bed, she can't cry no more. God says no.
Here's
If
the
you're so
question.
nasty, you don't cry again. You're too nasty.
Here's the question. What would you guys do if the woman pooed in your bed?
Not one woman
Moving
alive would ever do it to me.
Moving
I lie, Richie.
No. I just want to be sure because the listeners are here. I want to be sure that they understand. Are you talking about her taking a dump in the bed?
Yes, she did take a dump in Johnny Depp's bed.
Allegedly.
And
One whole
allegedly,
session.
according to Red.
That is
And
what-
now Red is asking us what we would do if that happened to us.
Oh.
And I told her clearly it wouldn't happen to me. Maybe she should check with you two.
There are some people that they should check with. Because there is a story within dancehall circles of something like that happening.
Oh, I heard.
Oh, really?
You want to know who?
Who?
You must have taken the mod.
I was about to say.
Okay, we're going to go to news right now. And while we do that, I'm going to get on the phone with Richie. Richie, answer the WhatsApp call.
Okay.
So, what was for breakfast? I'm just curious. We didn't ask you earlier.
Oh, I got what I wanted, actually. Just remember.
Okay.
What was that?
I requested it, and I got it this morning.
Stamp and go.
Nope. It looks similar. But
What was it?
I had some green plantains
Yum.
My good friend, we call him Willie from over there in Portland, sent over a whole bunch. And I wanted some green plantains with saltfish, cooked up saltfish. And I got, you know, when they fry the green plantain and then they press it.
Yes.
They add a little, it was off the. I'm not saying off.
My mouth is watering.
I'm not saying off the. I'm not saying off the chain. It was off the table in a jiffy.
Oh man,
I'm feel kind of
What was it? What was in the saltfish? Sorry.
Cook up with tomatoes,
like onions and tomato. Yeah.
And black pepper there.
I feel like some herring or mackerel right now. I feel like something like that, or saltfish.
But you're coming to Jamaica soon. You'll be able to get some of that.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Let's stop right there, Richie. Actually, we got some food coming through. Superlicious.
Yes, we have Superlicious coming in, and we have a nice menu of peanut porridge.
Yeah, listen to his order. What was your order?
Mine was
oxtail for breakfast.
Ackee and saltfish patty, shrimp patty, and peanut porridge. Just to start.
To start.
I didn't get you the peanut porridge because you're allergic to milk.
I know.
Oh, I think they do it with almond milk, though.
There we go.
There you go. And we have Harmony porridge coming.
Oh no, that's my special. I love that.
Really?
You do, eh?
No, leave a cup for me, please.
Yeah, Superlicious is amazing. So we have a mother-daughter look-alike contest.
Yes, for Mother's Day.
Alexandria and her mom, they won the contest, so they're here. They're here, right?
Cool. Yes, the twins are outside.
The twins are outside, he calls them. Do they really look that much alike, Ritz?
Yes.
Did you guys see them?
I'm about to go talk to them in 1 sec after this. Yeah.
Wow. So we're going to have a good time with them.
Sounds
and
good.
breakfast is on Superlicious. And, of course, we have like a Flow 98.7 swag bag for them. So we're going to have some fun.
That's
Sounds
right.
good. I want to say big ups to all the mothers listening to us, both in Toronto and here in Jamaica, and around the world for that matter.
Yeah, man.
Happy Mother's Day when it comes.
We're getting into another fantastic interview. We have a very talented artist ready and willing to join us this morning. He was born to a Haitian mother and Jamaican father. He was a reggae artist known as Professor Grizzly or Christopher Robertson. He also credits his initial love of music to his father, whose frequent performances with Massive B Records Camp in the early 90s inspired him to pursue the art of music. Listen, this man has been through it all. He has personal struggles and he overcame them all. He went on to study the music in depth to the point where he became an audio engineer, songwriter, technical sound engineer, producer, and of course an artist. I'm talking about a legend, a young legend in the making. He has a latest release known as Higher, which is a solid representation of this mantra and its infectious vintage rubber dub inspired soulfulness is already embraced by terrestrial radio here in Jamaica, UK, Australia, and France, and it's making an impressive weekend debut on Spotify, racking up over 3,000 streams in his opening weekend. Who may I talk about? None other than Vibration. Greetings, my general. Welcome to Up and Go.
That is a crazy intro. I don't even think no one can top that right now.
Man, it's your work. We're just blessing you up. You're the one doing the great work, brother. Congrats and well done. You know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Enough love and respect, man. No,
I appreciate that a lot.
We have to ask the obvious question in a Vibration. The name sounds simple for people in radio land, Vibration, but you spell it. It's a unique spelling. You know, tell us the story behind the name, the concept.
So, I'll get the full spectrum. I have a mentor that goes by the name of Matulu Olubala, otherwise known as M1 from the iconic hip hop group Dead Prez. So prior to the name Vibrations, I gave myself the name Irie Child because I felt like, child of God. You know what I mean? And coming into the music, I wanted to come correct in all aspects, just with my personal initiation to reggae music. So moving forward, he would always tell me that the magnitude that I have on people, and then the message and the feelings that I leave on people, he would say that Irie Child is a great name, but it's not the best. It doesn't fully match your aura and whom you are overall in literally every aspect as an individual. So he was like, to style it up, what do you feel about the name Vibrations? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know, because I, obviously, because I grew with the name Ivory Child, I gave it to myself. I loved it. But as you take on something new, it grow. It has to grow on you, and all of those good aspects. So he wanted to make it cool and just take out the vowels and just be unique and VBRTNS. And that's how that was birthed. That's how that pseudonym was birthed.
Okay, so it's Vibrations.
Yeah, Vibrations, yeah. So it's Vibrations without the vowels.
Nice.
Yeah.
Vibration. All right. Let me ask you, Vibration. I noticed that you've had some challenges on your journey. In fact, my reading suggests that you had some life-threatening illnesses, which at one point forced you to relinquish both music and school simultaneously. How much of that experience are you prepared to share with us, and how are you doing today?
I'll share every aspect. Fear and God don't occupy the same space, so I'll share whatever aspect you want to know.
So there were some illnesses that took you out of school and out of music, you said.
Yeah, it took me out of school, and I still finished, but it took me out for some time. It took me out of school, and it somewhat took me out of work too.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot around that time, But to get straight to it, I was diagnosed with a few things: hypertension, postnasal drip, diabetic, cancer, and anxiety simultaneously. So I didn't know, obviously, what I know now. I didn't know then. A whole lot of things was going on. My diet was horrible. Horrible. I'll be honest and straight up with that. My diet was horrible, and just my notions of what I was consuming was horrible. And I wasn't taking care of myself. I was not taking care of myself. You know what I mean? But when you grow up in specific surroundings, as you guys would say, the garrison, 10 times out of 10, you already know what comes with that and what surrounds that, So long story short, I had to ask myself if I would run towards Mother Nature full force, would she accept me with open arms? So I'm sitting in front of you today because she accepted me with open arms, and what I had then, I do not have now.
Give thanks.
So I beat everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot to be thankful for.
Yeah, man.
Is the song Higher, as we swing to your current project, is this in any way inspired by those experiences that you described a while ago?
Oh, man. Wonderful question. And I say that because it's not just that, it's higher in the essence of like our why. I always say that, like, the greatest question anyone can ask themselves is why. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter who, it's always why. And I say that to answer your question in full in regards to not just what I came through with my diet and my health, but also just, I don't look at the surroundings of how we all grew up, or majority of us grew up, as the end all be all. You know what I mean? So I just, as I come to this, is, the reasons why we were born, the reasons why we love, the reasons why we live, the reasons why we learn. You know what I mean? So all of those things just cultivated in one, and then, just the unfortunate mishaps of our greats that's gone to things that could have been prevented. You know what I mean? So many of our greats in our music and Black music overall, we lost them. 90% of them was due to health. You know what I mean? It was due to misleadings of wrong kinds of love, meaning like, surroundings and who they were surrounded by, yes men, yes women, etc. So all of that, and just my love of music overall, and my aura is all in this song. High.
All right.
Much respect. You mentioned your aura. I can feel it, even though it's speaking virtually, my brother. And I tell you the truth, I can feel the energy and I respect it. What I want to know is, tell us, because for those who are listeners of Abridge Nation, you hearing your accent right now, hearing your accent right now, wouldn't even know that you're a reggae artist, right? Tell us quickly about your transition from hip hop to reggae.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it. Man, I love these things, man. Shout out to the questions. So my transition, it was simultaneously around the time when I started to heal myself from the sickness, and I just wanted to make a complete 360. I would even dare say 720. I wanted to just change everything. I wanted to change my hair. This is like my third time growing locks. No, my first time having locks, but my third time growing my hair. Prior to, my hair was like past my waist. I had braids. I cut it because I thought something was going to happen to me. I thought I was going to transition around the time I was sick. So all of that, I came from the rap scene. I loved it. That's how I grew up. I'm born and raised in New York City. And what overall came about after my sickness, changing into I wanted to go even more in depth. I wanted to say the same things that I was saying in my rap music and my R&B style with meaning. And there's no other music that holds a full spectrum if you want to go even deeper spiritually.
Yeah.
Than reggae music.
And reggae, I saw that coming, and I'm happy to hear you say that. The way you answer your questions, I'm sure that it's speaking the interest of a lot of our listeners, Bridge Nation. Unfortunately, time will not allow us to delve even greater in this first chat with you. But where can people actually follow you on social media?
I mainly use Instagram, so individuals can find me official Vibrations, how it's spelled with my name, official VBRTNS. Again, that is official VBRTNS.
Yeah. All right. You'll be getting a lot of followers because I'm sure that people are interested to hear and see more about what you're doing. We have to be running for this time, Vibration, but listen, take care of yourself. Glad to know that you've beat all those illnesses that you mentioned and that you're on your way to a higher calling. Enough respects, bro, and all the best until we talk again. Enough respects.
Bless up, man.
Absolutely. Blessings, family.
Thank you so much. Vibration.
Vibrations,
deep.
Yeah, he's been through a lot, man.
Trust me.
And it's nice to see him coming out on the other side, doing good music as well.
Right. It is the Global Connection, the Bridge 99 FM out of Jamaica, joining forces with our big sister station in the NYC. We're talking about Irie Jam Radio. And the big man who runs the morning time, a veteran in the business, an icon, and in fact, a legend.
Shirt bright like the morning.
Wearing bright orange this morning with a dash of white. And looking like he's ready to do something special for the listeners. We say, good morning, DJ Roy.
Blessings, DJ
morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. I'm wearing this color today because some of my PMP friend them say, boy, right, every time I look on you and Richie B, a pure green, I say,
wow.
I say, all right, so I just level up the
wow.
And they're making reference to the studio, I take it, and not necessarily to the garb.
Yeah, exactly, Richie. They're making reference to the studio background.
Yeah, not the garb necessarily.
No. Some say, all right. Maybe we are orange for today.
You know what DJ Audley and myself did recently? We happened to be wearing green one morning. Yep. And we planned it out well. We said we're going to balance the equation. The next morning we're coming out with orange, man.
Straight orange.
I like it.
Oh my goodness. So what going up in the NYC? How are you looking at the morning here? Everything good?
Man, everything's great. Great. Some big events happening for the weekend for Mother's Day, and everyone's gearing up for that. Last night, though, I got to share this with you guys. Last night, Vibes Cartel went live on Instagram, and I clicked on, and like about probably about 15 seconds after they went live, and it was like 200 people, and in less than 30 seconds, they had over 15,000 people watching.
Darn.
But yeah, in less than 30 seconds, but it wasn't Vibes Cartel, it was his two sons.
Oh.
And people like, well, Vibes Cartel did. Oh man.
That worked.
Yeah.
It worked, and
Yeah.
they did a couple of their new songs, and big things for those young men.
Yeah,
hope it works out for them.
I was actually invited to a listening party for that project, but I was not able to make it.
Look at Vibes and
But
look at Adi.
yeah, them are going
Yeah.
good still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing very well.
Yeah, indeed. And
Big up
let
Shawty.
me say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers at Bridge 99 FM and all the mothers at Irie Jam Radio and all our listeners. Happy Mother's Day, both at home and abroad, to
Facts.
everyone when it comes.
And we just want to take time to reach out to those who have lost their mom.
Yes.
Here's a message coming into us, Roy. It says, well, I played a Shirley Caesar earlier in our segment. We call it Foreplay, where we all played a song each.
Right.
And this brother says, it brings a lot of tears to my eyes, having lost my mom. She says, his name is Greg out of Linstead. Yeah, so we say, we want to reach out to those who have lost a mother. And those who have a mother, make sure that you continue to treat your mother well.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's really rough when you don't have her around. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yep. 7 down before the hour of 10 o'clock. I don't see Jody coming across yet, so that's a reminder. Oh, now she's coming forward.
We have an extended hour?
Yeah, I don't know. Roddy G is supposed to be coming in today. I had a conversation with him yesterday.
Yeah.
Roddy, where you there? I don't see you stepping yet.
So touchdown.
Yeah, in a minute now, I'm going to touch down.
That's right.
You know, when him not touch down, that nah go nah, man. A lie?
Not a lie, indeed.
So.
That's right.
Yeah, so big up Roddy. And today is a day when we have a lot of good programs again on the bridge. Roddy G comes in and goes until 1 o'clock.
Energy.
Nicky Z steps in at 1 o'clock and goes until 5 o'clock.
Energy.
Kurt Riley is on from 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock.
Energy. Yes.
Tonight at 9 o'clock it's Raga Shanti out of New York City.
Energy. Yes.
Yo, Friday no normal, you know.
Not at all.
Talking about Saturday now, we have like Ilawi
General
in the early hours. We have Jack Scorpio.
Legend.
Indeed. And he'll be on from about 9 o'clock until somewhere in the region of 1 o'clock or something like that. 1 o'clock, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Roddy G is back because, you know, it's a weekend, man, and thing.
Bring the vibes.
And, of course, Delano is on Saturday. So is Rory Stone Love.
Look at that.
And it's a wicked lineup. That is why we're getting the kind of energy that we're getting from the listeners out there.
No surprises.
Mm-hmm. Or as Shells would say.
Simple. Enough said.
Okay.
So good show. We got a lot of calls and texts. Persons just totally slipped me to come around here and tell us say Andrew Fresh big up on himself, you know. But the song actually did play. The Christopher Martin did play. He was requesting that song. So we just want to thank everybody that tuned in.
Yeah.
You know, we never mean to make an emotional this morning, but you know,
Sure.
we had to dedicate.
I never want Julie to sit with my balls. That's a shell. It's all right for Shell's seat, but never want Julie to sit with me cry.
It's okay. I'm used to seeing men cry.
Hold on. What?
Man, them pick up what go on and realize that if I me will not depend on for the 9 o'clock time signal, I'll know.
Oh my Lord.
Just hand over the show to them and say, hold this,
Hold the show
me
there.
can't talk right now.
Can't talk right now, but I'll chat.
Y'all think of that? Somebody was going to come over here, come juggle.
Your eyes get dark too.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
No,
it's not an easy thing in a bird.
man. Can only imagine.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank our guests also. Kim Rose, founder and executive director, Nerona Smith, co-lead for community engagement at Think Mental Health JA. They spoke to us about the importance of mental health awareness. And this is a part of it, you know. I'm glad that you men are very much open into grieving and showing that you have feelings and emotions. That's fine. When I still man and still tough, you know, man.
Glad you said that still not used against me.
No, I will not use it against no man.
Shell, stop crying, man.
Want to big up. Yeah, man, you're not feeling. So you mean, man? And it's acknowledged and welcome here, right?
Thank you.
Canada Connection, big up Red and J Martin for that connection, and DJ Ritz to yo DJ Ritz.
Well, you
shot.
enjoyed that
Yeah,
little hip hop
man.
segment.
When him drop the young man, I say, oh gosh, man.
Yeah, man, it's a good vibe, it's a good
Yo. Big up our News 360 team for the news this morning. And at 9 a.m. we had Vibration. We never have a whole heap of time, but for the little vibration, I will get
Interesting story.
Yeah,
yes.
man. You know, so
definitely.
Wish him the
kudos to him. And big up to DJ Roy over there on Irie Jam Radio. We just
Yeah.
finished our global connection.
Without a doubt. Thank you all very much. And thank you most of all to our Bridge Nation. Do something special for mamas this weekend. And they'll even love you more. So happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers.
Yes, man.
That's right.
Happy Mother's
Much
Day.
love.
Love
Much
you know.
love. Be sure you put your feet in the right place this weekend. Then when you put it in the right place, stand firm.
Boom.
On that note, we say bye-bye. Take care. See you again, God willing, on Monday. Bye-bye.